A few weeks ago, I released a video where I talk about how to discern whether an Indonesian girl is just curious about you or genuinely interested, and what's the difference. And in this video I say that the only way to really find out is to approach these women or this girl. And in a follow-up video I then talked about how to actually approach Indonesian women, and I also talk about what is approaching actually, at least in my opinion. And I also talk in this video about that you actually should not waste your time in approaching Muslim girls. And today I will share with you why you shouldn't date Muslim women. So this is basically a follow-up video. And some of you might be confused because you know, I released a lot of videos about dating Indonesian women. Also, I have released a video about dating Muslim and Christian Indonesian women. And maybe now you say, Marcel, what are you talking about? Yeah, you say it's so easy to date them. You dated Muslim girls, you dated Christian girls, you dated Hindu girls, you dated Chindu girls, the Chinese Indonesian. And now you're telling us we should not approach Muslim girls? What's the deal here? And what's the deal? I never approached Muslim girls directly on the streets or in the restaurants or in the mall. I never done that because I consider it a waste of time. Here in a very beautiful spot somewhere in Southeast Asia, by the way, I'm feeling very relaxed. As you can see, I found this little chair here, and it's really a beautiful area here. I found it a waste of time. I'm talking about the women with scarf, with a head scarf. You know, these women where it's obvious that they are Muslim. I only talk about these women. Because we have to distinguish here. And maybe some of my videos are really confusing because I only talk about, in some videos, about Indonesian girls. But of course the majority is Muslim, and then you have some Christians and stuff like that, Hindus. And I need to make this more clear for these guys who have not much idea about Indonesia, who are traveling there for the first time, and maybe follow my advice and then approach Indonesian women, and they just, you know, go ahead and approach maybe Muslim Indonesian women, and then they get disappointed and fed up because they have no success. So therefore I do this video. So why should you not approach Muslim Indonesian women, and why I never did this? Because of the religion. This is obvious. Women who are wearing a headscarf, they are Muslims. And a lot of it also has to do with face saving in Indonesia. The community plays a big role, the peer pressure. Most of these girls, these Muslimas, when you would approach them, I'm talking about approaching in the streets, in the restaurants, in the malls, in the coffee shop, they would feel awkward anyway, because it's a taboo, it's frowned upon if a Western man just directly goes to a Muslim woman and starts a conversation with her, you know, other than just maybe asking for directions. You know, maybe you really need a direction how to get to the train station or something, then you can ask her, you know. But I'm talking here about approaching in a sense of, you know, getting to know this woman for several reasons, right, or for certain reasons. Also, you as a Westerner are most likely a non-believer, so that also plays a role in this dynamic. In Indonesia, Muslim men, they deal with Muslim women. Muslim men approach Muslim women, and This is how it goes in Indonesia. This is the facade, at least. Okay, this is the public and the official image in Indonesia. Yeah, and I always respected that. And these Muslim girls, these Muslim women also know that. They are very aware of their role they have to play in public. They know what is expected from them by their culture, by their community, by their parents and by their friends, you know. This is very, very important to understand. You cannot just hit on any girl, especially not the Muslim girls, publicly in Indonesia. I strongly advise against it, because you will not be successful, yeah, in the majority of the cases. Everything what is happening in public, forget it with the Muslim girls, okay? Later I will talk about other opportunities how you can get in touch with them, okay? It's not impossible, but the whole public thing, approaching in public spaces, don't waste your time. It doesn't make sense. But the good news is that it's good to know actually that I don't know how many, but let's say there is a certain amount of Muslim women in Indonesia. They actually don't agree to this whole hijab, headscarf thing, wearing it in public. There is a pressure, there is a certain pressure exerted by the Muslim community in Indonesia, and it's okay. They take their faith very seriously, and they are faithful human beings. On one side it is okay, but on the other side some girls are suffering from that, because they feel they are being pressured into wearing the headscarf in public, even they don't want. Yeah, this is an issue in Indonesia, just to let you know. It is an issue in Indonesia. Many women complain about this actually, even they don't complain about it in public, but I know they don't like it being pressured into, yeah, showing off as a good Muslima. Even they don't want, they are good Muslimas, but they don't like to wear the headscarf in public. And as far as I know, this was not the case. For example, like I think 40 or 50 years ago, somebody told me that at 40, 50 years ago, hijab is the headscarf. Hijabs were not so common in Indonesia, but now it's very, very common. So that was very interesting for me also to learn. Yeah, and I can confirm this firsthand, because as you might know, I lived and worked in Hong Kong for a few years, and in Hong Kong there are many domestic helpers, many migrant workers from Indonesia. This was the time when I also was in a relationship with one Indonesian domestic helper. I had other relationships with Indonesian women at the time. All of these girls were Muslim, by the way, and they also told me, because I asked them also about their culture and background, and my girlfriend at the time, her name was Yanti, I remember, she told me even the life was hard in Hong Kong, and her employer sucked and treated her like shit, but she enjoyed the freedom in Hong Kong because she was there alone. I think she was from East Java. Nobody was watching her, you know. Her parents, her family were all, even she missed her family, but you know, there was no societal pressure there. She could dress up sexy with mini skirt and you know, like women like to dress up, right? So she wanted to dress up sexy and let loose and go to the dance club and stuff like that. And this is what these girls really enjoyed and still enjoy today. Once they are overseas, out of Indonesia, they feel like really relieved from all that pressure. And my girlfriend at the time complained to me, you know, Marcel, when I have to go back to Indonesia, I have to wear a headscarf and a coat and I don't know what, skirt, a long skirt. And she didn't like it, you know. But of course, at home she cannot complain about that, right? And I have stated many times in my videos that Indonesian women are open to date foreigners, they're interested to date foreigners. Does this also apply to Muslim Indonesian women? Yes, 1000%, because I had relationships with Muslimas in Indonesia and outside of Indonesia. So I have dated them and they are interested, you know, but they cannot show it in public. And when you walk down the street in Jakarta or Yogyakarta or Surabaya or Samarang, these women will not come to you and ask you any questions or ask for your number or anything. So forget it. It's a conservative culture and country, and it's a Muslim culture also, you know. It's largely influenced also by Muslim culture. And yeah, I just mentioned the overseas experience. When Indonesian women are overseas, outside of Indonesia, then there's a completely different dynamic at play. The girls can let loose, they feel relieved, and because they also are women with desires, you know, and they want to live them out. They want to get their desires fulfilled also. And that's why my experience in the early years, where I found that Indonesians are a lot of fun, also in the bedroom, you know, because they also enjoy, maybe they have gathered too much pressure inside of them, so they have to let it all out of their system. This is maybe one of the reasons, you know. And another thing are the dating sites, where I also say, if you're interested to meet a Muslim woman besides of her faith, but they are on the dating sites, and the dating sites provide a safe space for these women, for these Muslim women, because there they are kind of incognito, nobody watches them, you know, nobody can interfere. And many of these Muslim girls who are using the dating sites, they also don't wear the headscarf. Why is that? Because they want to present themselves as, yeah, not as non-Muslims, because they are still proud to be Muslims, but they are just live their faith in a different way. Not everybody wants to show that they are strict Muslims, as I just mentioned. And this is a good thing with Indonesia. Indonesia is a very liberal country when it comes to that. I know the very strict Muslims don't like to hear that, but if you want to be strict, then move to Saudi Arabia, and then you can be strict. But this is the good thing in Indonesia. You can be strict, you can be liberal, you can be relaxed, but you can still be a Muslim. By the way, I met a Muslim woman a few months ago in Samarang, and I had a coffee with her, and I chatted with her, and I also asked a few questions. She was a Muslima, but she didn't wear a headscarf on our date. And I asked her why, and she told me, you know, Marcel, many Westerners have a wrong perception and a wrong idea about Islam, you know. If you want to wear a tudung, or a hijab, or a headscarf, as it is called, it's your personal matter, yeah, actually. And she is actually right, you know. So, or in other words, if you don't wear a headscarf, doesn't mean you are a bad Muslim. Yeah, these women just decided not to wear a headscarf because they feel not ready to wear the headscarf for several reasons, you know. But I asked her, does it mean you are a bad Muslim because you don't wear a headscarf? Are other people looking down on you? And she said, maybe, yeah, some people look down on me, but you know, these hypocrites. But at the end of the day, it's my own private matter, and I decide whether I want to wear a headscarf or not, because my faith is something personal between me and Allah, or between me and the Almighty. And she is absolutely right. Yeah. But of course, you also have as I mentioned, other girls in Indonesia who are wearing the headscarf, and she also told me that now it's very fashionable to wear headscarves, you know, because to just pretend and to pose as a good Muslima. But then, like I saw in Bandung also earlier this year, then I see there are two Muslimas sitting at McDonald's and smoking cigarettes, even wearing a headscarf. So there are all kind of weird things going on in Indonesia. So you cannot really take things for granted anymore. But in general, yeah, avoid the public spaces. But also there are women in Indonesia, also in public spaces, who not wear a headscarf, right? So how do you know whether she is a Muslim or not? You don't know. Of course you cannot discern, yeah? Then you can approach, maybe you can start talking to her if you like her, and then later you find out maybe whether she is a Muslim or not. So the conclusion I want to make here is that, yeah, it would be good if you would know a little bit about Indonesian culture, Indonesian dating dynamics, so that you are not jumping into wrong conclusions. Yeah, because as I said earlier, if you are a newbie to Indonesia and you have been watching my videos, some of them, where I do not differentiate between approaching or dating or meeting Muslim Indonesian girls and Christian Indonesian girls, then you might think, oh wow, great, he's telling us Indonesian girls are easy, they're great, they are open, they want to date, they want to mingle, they want to do this and that. Yeah, that's all true. But then you approach these Muslim girls and then you get rejected so many times, and then yeah, you say to yourself, or you ask yourself, what the hell is going on? What's wrong with these girls? Are they stupid? Or I don't know, maybe you figure these girls just suck, they're not interested, they are boring, maybe they're just playing, you know. But no, that's not the case, not with the Muslim girls, as I just tried to explain in this video. But at the end of the day, of course, if you engage with a Muslim woman this or the other way, maybe you met her on a dating site and you have your first date or second date, you know, and even it leads to the bedroom, which can happen rather quickly with these women, yeah, with these Muslim women, yeah, as it happened to me and many other Westerners, you know. Of course, some Muslim Indonesian women who will comment on my video will maybe claim the opposite and will give me some backlash and maybe even a shitstorm, you know, these moral apostles, you know. But again, these Muslim women also have desires, they are human beings, and it's at the end of the day their decision what they want and what they don't want. And if they want sex, they will get it, this or the other way, and they will make it happen, they will let you know. It can happen very quickly, and there's nothing wrong with this. And nobody should judge these women just to, go after their desires, right? It's a private matter. Everything happens behind closed doors. It's nobody else's business. Yeah, it's not a crime. It's not criminal, no anything. Okay, so. No difference with these Muslim girls, you know. I had great fun with these girls, and they had great fun with me. Yeah, but everything is very decent. Everything is private. Okay, only keep it private. It's not a crime. Don't worry. It's not illegal in Indonesia. Okay, but you keep it. You keep it low profile. You don't need to make it public. You know, it's stupid. And then you can enjoy. And like many Western men will confirm, or already confirmed with me, you know. But of course, at the end of the day, when you engage with these Muslim women, or we engage with them, we don't really know what they are up to at the end of the day. Maybe they are just horny, maybe they are just curious, you know, maybe, yeah, they are just curious because maybe they want to taste and try a Western guy. The same with us, you know, we also try around, you know, we Western guys, we want to try exotic women, you know, maybe we want to try black women, maybe we want to try Indonesian women, you know, this is just normal, this is nature. So these women also, these Muslim girls, want to try an exotic Western guy, you know, and maybe they want to let it all out of their system, you know, enjoy great sex or great company or great traveling or whatever, you know, and then suddenly she will break up, and then the next month she is getting married to her Muslim boyfriend, you know. Yeah, things happen that way already. Yeah, so there you also can see they have their agenda, and they are also kind of a little bit selfish. So I just want to warn you, okay? Don't take things for granted. These girls are like men also, you know, men pursue their own fun and sometimes drop girls, and these Muslim girls, some of them do the same thing, you know. So before you get lost in this kind of relationship and invest too much feelings and emotions or hopes, I think you need to clarify from the beginning what's the matter. I mean, on the other side, I know many Western men, I have many friends and colleagues who are married to Muslim Indonesian women. They are happily married for many, many years already. Some of them live overseas, but many of them, they live inside of Indonesia. So they wanted to get married, but there is also this fraction of Muslim Indonesian women who just are in for the fun. And yeah, just be aware of this, okay? Because at the end of the day, we don't know what they are really up to. Maybe they are just playing also with us, you know? So what to do? So this is what I wanted to share with you today. I hope I could clarify this, and yeah, hit me up with your questions and comments. Have you made similar experiences? Do you see it the same way, or do you see it differently? What are your expectations when traveling to Indonesia, or what are your experiences? Let us know, share this with us, and perhaps maybe also some Muslim Indonesian girls can comment, please, and let us know what they think and feel about this situation. And but again, you know, bottom line and overall, in general, Christian Indonesians or Muslim Indonesians or Hindu Indonesians or the Chindos, they are open, they are friendly, they are curious, and they are also, many of them, genuinely interested to meet Westerners, to date Westerners, and even to engage permanently in a long-term relationship. So with that being said, I'm checking out for today here from a very beautiful location at the riverside here somewhere in Southeast Asia. And I'm gonna see you in one of my next videos. Take care, bye bye.